Okay. Y'all gotta work with a nigga. We gotta do it right now. We going in on the vaccinations. So that's what's finna crack. Let me see here. I gotta work this screen crazy. So I'm just learning how to do all of this. Bear with me. You understand? Does everybody hear me clearly? Do you hear me? On the thing. Y'all over here, y'all hear me? Okay. We got to talk about the vaccinations. Yeah, Vegas time. That's right. Come to Vegas. You want to know why? We don't give no motherfuck. You understand? Niggas is, we drink whiskey. Scotch and whiskey. Southwest. SW. Smith and Wesson, nigga. Scotch and whiskey, nigga. You understand? That's what we doing here. So, we ain't worried about no corona. We, go to the Palomino, the strip club in Vegas, fully nude, and you could drink in that motherfucker all night. They on the stage. They don't get no fuck about no motherfucking corona. Pop it, open, pop it, hey, hey. Nigga, that's what it is. Motherfuckers is about to get real Caligula out here. That's what's going to happen. That's the next phase. There's always great defiance with the human. You understand? And that's the way it's always going to roll. So we're going to be talking about the vaccinations. It has been brought to my attention that there's great issue. If you've been following me, you know what's been going on lately with the new discovery of the uterus being an alien. Okay? And just because that's stated don't mean I have a problem with it. I love the alien. You understand? Let's keep it clear, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I done been through enough smashing to understand what I'm dealing with. For those who are new to the booty, that it may confuse the head, because you are futile. You have not conquered. You understand? My niggas over here, the money religion, all my niggas got alien in the home. They conquer alien. They keep the bind on the beast. You understand? They maintain businesses. They got money. They do their thing, And it's not a problem for us to fit this type of information in our psyche. It's actually hilarious. It actually incites it greater. It makes it, I don't know, there's some weird mysticism that makes it even more invigorating. Give me some alien. I've come to tame alien woman. That's what's going to happen up in here. You will be tamed. The alien will be investigated. The health, OBGYN, that's what we're going to do. Niggas is mad because the nigga can move like that. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we got to bring this up is because there's psychic communication going on. This is very clear. The root of psychic communication, telepathy, is definitely on the uterus, okay? As the uterus develops the nervous system of the male. The male is sort of like an antenna of information. So when you're looking at the woman in the whole cheating aspect and all of that, understand that it's a system that takes over the female's body, and she's not really cheating. It's the alien trying to get information on the outer world. And from the male experience, which she will never experience. You see. And I state all that to go in on the psychic alignment of females in one home. When their menses, their menstrual cycle, will all line up to the elder female of the home. And this is also in alliance with the moon and its cycles, its lunar cycles. There's some mysticism here. Somebody on the planet has the facts of all of the mysticism, but it is mystical because this is named and mentioned as mystical throughout all cultures. Okay, so this is being disturbed by this vaccination. The vaccine, I've read multiple, I've heard from multiple people, and I've read in articles. I've read a news article where women, a lot of women are having problems with their menstrual cycle after getting the vaccination. So, and we're talking about situations where women didn't have they didn't have a menstrual cycle at all for like 2-3 months, and then out of nowhere, it's heavy blood clots, it's heavy hemorrhaging going on for about 20-30 days straight. There is an attack on the uterus, you know. For what reasons, we don't know. When we go into the Mayan thing, the 2012, which in reality, the year 2020 is the real year of 2012 pertaining to the Ethiopian calendar. And the Ethiopian calendar, you might as well say, is the same calendar that the Mayans are based off of. And the only reason you can jump around and allude to that is because of the extreme mathematics in the Mayan system that's inclusive with the preciseness of the Ethiopian system. But the Ethiopian system is theology based. Okay, when we're talking about a multitude of different saints, devils, angels, so on and so forth. You know, and it's highly mathematical too, and that is the elder of the planet. The oldest location of intelligence is Ethiopia Coptic Gnostic. So this year is actually only 2013. Last year was 2012, the Big Bang. Okay, and we've come through this whole Corona thing, which is false, and we have the illusion, you know, and all of these things could be in battle against or a counter reaction towards the information that is released in the Kicked Out of Heaven. Now, Kicked Out of Heaven Volume 2 goes over the plague, 300 to 400 years. We go from the Great Plague of London. We go from the Black Death, which was in 1347, which took out 25 million over to 150 million. Some say even 200 million people in the span of 3 years. That was in 1347, the Black Death. All the way to the Great Plague of London, which is a journal written on the Great Plague, which is Daniel Defoe in 1665. So that's about a span of 300, 400 years of consistent plagues, as there was another major plague in the mid 1700s. But the big one they like to close the door on is the 1665 situation. So when we go over the details of what was occurring during the plague, we can compare that. You can't compare that with what's going on today. But as is stated throughout the entire Kicked Out of Heaven series, we are definitely seeing a lot of illusion, a lot of power of illusion, a lot of understanding inside the realms of illusion, a lot of understanding inside the realms of spirituality and crossing the line of the other world into this world. You know, that is definitely in the literature repetitively in a lot of different subjects. So that's what we need to hold on to, because throughout our time here in America, we have definitely seen more illusion than we have seen disease. Okay. And now in days, it's really disgusting and degrading on how many people have diseases and the type of diseases that they have and the ailments that they're walking around with. And, you know, they tried to lay down the software of don't be judgmental and all this other shit, you know, so you don't see the vermin sliding across the goddamn floor, you know, and we're not sitting over here getting a round of applause for a fucking idiot walking up the stairs. You know, this is where the close of civilization occurs, because, you know, you're giving rule to women, and women have never ruled. So then they don't have practice, they don't have repetition, they don't have war, they don't have negotiation, they don't have these things are not inside their mental structure. It's not even inside their blood. When you want to talk about genetic not genetic, but gender history, which is something which is a term I've never heard before, but I'm pretty sure it is a term that is utilized amongst the sociologists on the highest levels of the planet, but that's probably a subject that's not exposed. But definitely, I would like to propose that there is a gender history, and we respond to it due to the situations, circumstances that we have to face that are relative to our gender, you know. And women don't have war. Women don't have high-level competition. Women don't even have gaming, you know. simple principles on, when it comes to corporations and industries. There's certain positions that you can't have unless you have a wife and unless you have shown production in a family and the maintenance thereof. Exactly, a president can't walk inside the box of presidency without a wife because it shows production. That's caveman law. You are showing that you can control the scenery. Oh, I'm pretty sure Jordan Peterson would speak of gender history. I'm pretty sure he would. But like Jordan Peterson's level of intellectualism is out there by itself. I feel sorry for the brother. I want to speak on that. I'm glad you brought that name up. We all fucked up. Males. There is war going on. It is blatant. It has come to blatant stage now. And if you aren't investigation or in assistance of the defense and offense of that position of you being a man as in which you were born as, then you're a traitor. It's simple. We need to remove all vermin on the planet, man. And maybe that's a part of the reason what's going on with the whole vaccination thing. The elite may think, hey, you got a lot of decrepit going on. There's a lot of handicap. You motherfuckers are smiling with your autistic babies and all this fucking retarded shit too much. So, hey, we're going to poke you up, get you the fuck out of here slowly but surely. And I mean, you assist this shit. You have to understand, this whole planet can be mansions, Lamborghinis, glass pools. But guess what? It is shit if the entire next generation is retarded and autistic. What, in 20 years here, we're going to have Down syndrome for president? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you watching at what you're doing? But women don't have a mind that really computes years and years ahead, 20 years, 50 years ahead. They don't have that. That's not in their gender history to do so. They don't need to, because they get responded to based on their beauty and the desire man has for them, which puts them in this position where they don't have to do shit. But lift a leg. Be clean and lift a leg, smile, rub on his back, and you get goddamn everything, okay? All this... See, they've trained the next generation of women to talk shit to men. Like, that's going to get them somewhere and be progressive. Then you got the majority of society, when it comes to the ladies, who haven't even been through. They have no drop of etiquette classes in their blood. They have no drop of mannerism. I mean, you can't guarantee these things. A lot of the individuals from our generation have definitely disrespected their parents as from the manners and the socialism that we were taught. We weren't taught to be fools. I'm 37 years old. So it's real disheartening when I look at the newspaper and I look at the news and I see that we got individuals 35, 37, 33. They ripping motherfuckers, ripping arms out of people, and they dismembering motherfuckers and shooting up their girlfriend and killing their mamas. And what is the shit that is going on, people? People don't have any mental control. That's because of lack of experience, lack of interaction with others, lack of understanding your environment. That's why. Reading is so important, because whenever you read a book, you're reading like maybe 5 brains at a time. You're going to learn about maybe 10 to 20 other subjects when you're reading on one subject. So if you're reading correctly. It's very difficult, man. So let's get down to this vaccinations, because I'm over here rambling and shit. Okay, let me see here. We got to go to the screen. I got to flip the screen. Okay. What are we doing here? Oh, not that screen. Oh, well then, yeah, let's read first and then we'll go into that. So, okay. Okay, I gotta take all this shit down. Okay. Here we go. Vaccinations right here, okay? Alright, so. Here. Okay, let's go here to right here. only remaining peasant obstinately refused to take any medicine, and it was useless to incur further expenses for the prescribed treatment. The incredible lack of obedience, he continues his report, prevents all benefit to those still alive. With all due submission, I therefore inquire if an example should not be made of some of the others of them, particularly as the usual Lithuanian form of chastisement by the public executioner is of no avail. The judicial authorities of the district had on July 26, 1710, an edict read from the pulpits threatening that all those who would be regarded as suicides and their corpses would be publicly hanged who refused to take the prescribed medicines, even if these should be to prove of no avail, meaning they don't work. In the same manner, the Prussian Sanitary Commission had submitted a resolution to the king that gallows should be erected for those who refused to take their concoctions, and that they should be hanged on them in their coffins. Okay, let's not play the game. So, this one right here. Okay. We're going to talk about this. This is why I had to talk about the uterus right here. This next one I just highlighted. But let's talk about this for a second. What did they just tell you? They just told you, nigga, we will kill you, nigga. You don't take your concoction. You don't take your vaccination. We will hang your ass. This is in 1710. This was what? 300 years ago? Okay. 300 years ago, they had the vaccination. Okay. And they will hang your ass. You know. They're going to hang your ass if you fuck around. Okay. And don't take this vaccination. Now, I'm going to show you where the vaccination originated at. But I want to talk about the transformation of the disease from one uterus to another and how it's plausible. Okay, I have some information here that comes from the 1500s. Okay, from Paracelsus. Okay, so this is correlated to a lot of the situations that I've heard. One in particular, which was personal, where a female didn't take the vaccination, but the elder female in the home took the vaccination, and it adjusted her period structure and not her mother's. Okay. And that's, what occurred, man, and it was really astounding. So, like I've stated, and everybody who knows the information that I've been bringing forth about the uterus is alien, one of the main laws about that is as soon as you know, every other uterus that knows you knows that you know. Okay? Now. And that's how can't nobody even contest me on this level of info. Because as soon as you know, you already see it. You already know. You like, oh my God. Okay? This is information more deeper than talking about some millennium got the power and all this other shit. You see the white in a motherfucker's eyes. You hear this shit, nigga. Okay, here. So, the magic therapeutics of Paracelsus. We're right here on the screen. Okay, look on the screen. Okay. The magic therapeutics of Paracelsus were further developed by his ingenious successors von Helmont and Robert Flood, were based on the conception that a common original force termed magnum manum, or universal soul, connected all bodies with one another. Everybody possesses a peculiar essence, a particular spirit by means of which it exerts an influence on bodies related to it and causes modifications in their state of health. He who is familiar with these spirits will prove a good physician. They are frequently recognizable by signature, certain external signs which coincide with their spirit. The sympathetic healing process is accomplished by magnetic force, stimulated to a higher degree of activity, reacting on the body in whose circle of vitality it is situated, and again stimulating the vital force of this body to an activity capable of exposing the disease, of by itself attracting the disease and thus ridding the body of it. The activity of these magnetic forces hidden in the vital spirit is mainly determined by the essence of materials brought into with it. The Paracelsites followers of Paracelsus were at great pains to procure magnets of this description, which on the one hand stimulated the vital spirit in human beings, and on the other were supposed to attract diseases, and it was believed that the vital spirit still adhered to human blood and human excrements. Magnets were made consisting of the materials which, in the opinion of the time, were the most filthy imaginable. Paracelsus called these materials basis of the spirit mummies, which when we go into volume 1 and we go into the pharmaceutical section, we see that there is a lot of cannibalism pertaining to mummy. What is mummy? Mummy is corroded bodies, body and carcass format, and different stages of decomposition as well. Okay? And this is usually mixed in with stuff like toad skin, frog skin, scorpion shell poison, snake poisons, and different elements that, pigeon feces is used a lot, turds from dogs when it turns white and ash. There's different ages and different states of different medicines. Now you have to understand that when we're talking about ancient world medicine, that this stuff goes all the way back down to ancient Egypt. It just ain't the medieval. You see, they played a game on your brain. And I'm not gonna let you know the connection and levels of time of what the thought was in the ancient world. So let's go back to it. The development of the forces within the mummy is generally affected by means of putrefaction, a process carried out in various manners. Thus, for instance, to convert blood into a mummy, it was extracted from a healthy human subject and let into an eggshell. The egg was firmly closed with isinglass and placed under a sitting hen till the chickens were hatched from the other eggs. A carneous mass is then found in the egg. This is placed in the bake oven till the bread is baked and is kept for use. This mummy, taken from a healthy subject, develops magnetic forces. Taken from a diseased subject, it serves to cure all diseases. For if the mummy is applied to the diseased limb so that it is mingled with its sweat, if given to eat to any animal or grafter into any tree, the most obdurate disease may be overcome. Okay? So there you have it. We are using blood and we are using excrement. Now, when we use the excrement and the blood, can we use it in trace amount? Yes, we can use it in trace amount. Okay? And when we use it in trace amount, guess where it goes? You can put it right up in the syringe because it is mineral. You understand? On that level. Very small, tiny level, So with that being the case, let me see here. Is that even showing up on your side? I don't even know if that's showing up. I don't like the way that looks. Okay, so with that being the case, that could be what you're getting up in the syringe. You're getting the shit. You're getting the baby parts. You're getting the mummy, the carcass, the stench. And it's messing with the uterus, and it's messing up the uterus's balance. And you best believe if that syringe or whatever they got up in these vaccinations are messing up the uterus, you might as well go ahead and throw it out there as sterilizing men as well. This is for anything to mess up a uterus that strong on its psychic capability levels, which I just showed you. They understand clearly the chemistry or the alchemy that is needed for the psychic transformation of disease. I just showed it to you. We just read it. It's in the Kicked Out of Heaven Volume 2. You can purchase right now on the site kickedoutofheaven.com. All 3 volumes in color. And it's kind of funny because I was running advertisements when the corona hit. I was saying, yo, this is the only survival manual for the coronavirus. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening here, people. That it has become the survival book literature for you to comprehend psychologically what's going on around you and be able to identify things and not get involved so you can save your sanctity. Okay? And that is what's going on. Horseshoe crab blood is used in the COVID vaccine. Do you see what is going on here? Okay, that is the situation. So we got more here. Okay, let me go to this other window. Okay, here we go. Look at this shit. Hold on. Where we at? Yeah, right here. So this is some fucking calendar, right? These niggas got. I mean, not a calendar, but you see it? Pharmaceutical technology, COVID-19 vaccination updates. This is the updates for the planet, me friend. Okay? I want you to see, I want you to know what is going on. Okay? Number of vaccine doses administered globally, 757 million. There's 7 billion people on the planet. So that's not really... Hold on, did I read that number right? Yeah, that's not a lot. So here we go. These are the numbers, people. Let me blow up the screen. Okay, you see the numbers? Why do you need to document the people getting the vaccination? What is the documentation for? Like, why is it that heavy? And you see they got the companies over here on which ones is doing it. You see? United Arab Emirates, they not having that shit. Oh, well, 22% of them are vaccinated, huh? What is that percentage? Fully vaccinated population. The world is fully vaccinated at 2%, you sack of shit. So they're losing. Fuck your vaccination is how that works. You know? Yeah, I don't give a motherfuck. Fuck your vaccination. You know? Anybody, you can get state exemption papers. You go to get the state exemption papers, okay? And you should be able to Google it. And you just say that you are what they call the Jehovah's Witness, and you're good. You should be good. My children have never been vaccinated their whole life. Me no play no bullshit. Okay? Here we go. Vaccination. Here we go. I got some other shit to show y'all real quick. Okay, here we go. The child gets the measles. So what happens here that I have to play devil's advocate with the game and tell y'all the truth about the scenario. Okay? And the truth to the matter is that chicken pox was rampant when I was a kid. Okay? So there we go. With it being rampant, you know, it suddenly disappeared. And it disappeared in 1995, supposedly, because they released the vaccination for it. And, you know, I got the tetanus shot, but they also said the tetanus shot sterilized a lot of people coming from my generation. This isn't the page I was looking for. You know? So, with that happening, they got the smallpox vaccination. Now, where did vaccinations come from? Vaccinations actually come from this dude. Look at the metaphysics on that shit. Oh, the nigga's name is Edward Jenner. How you like that? He is the one who discovered vaccination, or the practice of it, and embodied it pertaining to the cowpox in the late 1700s. Yeah, see right here. Now, before the late 1700s occurred, there was vaccinations going down in the did I have the screen up? I didn't even have the screen up. Here it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah. My bad. Okay, so here we go. Edward Jenner. Oh, well, if you got the books, I'm reading from page 230, 231 in volume 2. And we're about to go in. I'm about to read the last section right now, which is very important, because what I'm about to read is around the same time as Mr. Edward Jenner here. Mr. Edward Jenner is held in history as the individual who, he's a physician and scientist who pioneered the concept of vaccines including creating the smallpox vaccine, the world's first vaccine. The terms vaccine, vaccination are derived from variole vaccinae, smallpox of the cow, the term devised by Jenner to denote the cowpox. So while we have the Jenner trying to run for office in California. Ain't this some interesting bullshit? Yeah. Welcome to what the fuck? Welcome to the Matrix. This is how the Matrix works if you really want to get down. Yeah, I think it's time for me to start showing y'all how this Matrix shit works. So this is the Jenner, the Edward Jenner. I'm not even going to go into all the names and all that other shit. But May 17th. Okay? And then we have the January 1823. There's nothing specific there. Usually when you are looking through the Matrix, you got to look for things that are related to you. But nowadays, I would say definitely look for the 72, the Keenan or the Booker or whatever, because they put a lot of that shit out here. And it's embedded. I didn't even know it was working like that. But, through so much repetition, I've had to accept it for what it is, you know. And definitely because we had the Kylie Jenner, or the Caitlyn Jenner, or whatever the fuck it is a Jenner and a Jenner. These motherfuckers did the cowpox vaccination. So it's like a full circle type thing to enforce it, definitely on everybody, and definitely through the guise of Hollywood, as that's where the Kardashians and the Jenner got their power from, even though I'm pretty sure this motherfucker comes from the same bloodline. Now, heavy metaphysics is, I don't know what the Caitlyn Jenner was doing, but in 2002, they made this Jenner one of the 100 greatest Britons. So that connected the Britain energy. And then you got, he was appointed physician extraordinary to King George IV, and was also made mayor of Berkeley. So that's Berkeley University. You could throw that right there, which is also California. A member of the Royal Society in the field of zoology. He was the first person to describe the blood parasitism of the cuckoo bird. The cuckoo bird is the cuckold bird. So that being the cuckold bird related to the weirdo shit that's going on with this Jenner motherfucker is doot doot doot. It's, you know, it's the smiley face bouncing over the goddamn words. You know, it's A B C D E. You know, so this stuff came from women who were milking cows. This is also where the word "woe" comes from. Woe is a term that was used to make cows stand still during the course of milking. And that's the term that they would say was "whoa." So it'd be the women saying "whoa" while they were milking the cows. And this disease, the cowpox, they got it from the udders of the cow, from the milk of the cow, but the women who were milking the cows didn't get it. So that's how Jenner identified that there was something going on. And then they said, hey, well, maybe if we do the inoculation, and the invention of the vaccine was already pioneered in Asian medicine and was a standard practice, but involved serious risks. One of which was the fear that those inoculated would then transfer the disease to those around them due to their becoming carriers of the disease. So you have to get, basically, the process is you get jabbed, which is the slang terminology being used for the syringe right now. You get jabbed with the disease, so you have the disease, so your body gets conformed to the disease, so you won't catch the disease. I guess there is a logic. Or you could develop a logic behind any goddamn thing, you know. So, you know, this is the situation right here. Now, when we go into, I want to talk about the pox parties, okay? In American history, a pox party is a social activity where children are deliberately exposed to an infectious disease. Such parties were done before vaccines were available to get it over with, or because it was believed childhood disease would be less severe than the disease as an adult, which is sort of true. The immune systems of children are a little bit tougher than the wear and tear that has occurred to the adult, is what they're referring to. You see, and they did this a couple of years ago with the chicken pox, pneumonia. You see, they're talking about all this shit right here. Okay, so let's talk about where it comes from. Let's go down. Let's go back to the book. All right, so we are right here. Where are we at in the book? Where are we at? Okay, right here. Right here, we're reading on page 232. Okay, let me make sure I got my screen. Okay, let me put it on the other screen. Hey! I think I got this shit. Okay, here we go. Of extraordinary interest, we're right here. And we're going to read all the way down to right here. Okay. Of extraordinary interest are reports from Poland, where at Warsaw, when nothing could be found to stay the plague, the boils of the dead were cut out, dried, powdered, and given to the sick, as is maintained with success. Johann Christian Kundman relates that this remedy is particularly efficacious as a preservative against the plague, so as to enable intercourse with those infected and the nursing of them. So that means giving it to the doctors so the doctors don't get caught by those who they got to nurse. Okay. Many, particularly among the poor, were so courageous that they swallowed the pus from the mature boils in spoonfuls. Wilhelm Sam, who lived from 1877 to 1939, in his History of the Plague in East Prussia, relates the same from the district of Libya, where the peelings of plague boils were given to those who remained healthy in their food and drink. That plague pus is in itself is not necessarily infectious is corroborated by various authors on the plague. The best known case is that of the celebrated theologian Justus Jonas, who lived from 1493 to 1555, who as a little boy ate the baked onion, which had been lying on his father's boil and had then been forgotten at the bedside, and which did him no harm at all. The most positive treatment during the plague was undoubtedly the surgical operation as executed by Guy de Chalice, and following his example by all other physicians, the boils were cut open and burnt out with hot irons, an operation which, as Hecker affirms, was at all times successful and saved innumerable people. Finally, we must mention the physicians of the 19th century, which is the 1800s, certain whose names will remain immortal throughout all time. The first of them was Digentes, who lived from 1762 to 1837, physician-in-chief to Napoleon's Orient Army, which in Egypt was decimated by a terrible attack of plague. When fear and horror threatened to destroy the morale of the army, Digentes, with the same courage displayed by Napoleon when in the plague hospital at Jaffa, he touched the plague sufferers and the corpses of those dead of the plague, gave an example of heroic devotion by making injections of pus taken from plague boils in his groins and under his armpits in the presence of the soldiers. This bold action appeased the men and facilitated the treatment of the sick. A second inoculation, still more terrible than the first, and which made all standing round grow pale, was carried out under the following circumstances. A dying plague patient besought Digentes, who was treating him, to share the rest of the medicine which had been prescribed for him. Without hesitation, Digentes seized the glass of the patient and emptied it at a single draught. Okay, so they were drinking the pus, and the pus was healthy for them. Okay, they needed the pus. You know, pussy is also pussy. I didn't want to show you that, but that's a part of it. You have to understand the magic in words and the objectification of them and what they're playing with. But yeah, it's a cold game, people. It is a cold game out here. Hold on, let me see here. Okay. Yeah, okay, there we go. So, yeah. So, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Y'all got to get the kicked out of heaven, man. Okay? You got to get it. This is the blue one. The blue bubo. The pus bump. You understand? It's out here in the world. You need to be prepared for it. You understand? So let me see here. Did I got anything else on this goddamn screen? No. Did I want to read that part too? What we got here with this vaccination word? No. Yeah, it's from the smallpox, yeah. Vaccinotherapy, any other words it's connected to? Oh, vaquero, cowboy, buckaroo, vaxicide, vaximiligence is the milking of cows. So basically it's pus, you know. Did you know that milk from a cow isn't even classified on the USDA as milk? It's classified as blood and pus. You see? So that's just what's going on. I wanted to forewarn the people. The uterus is underneath attack. They've made sure that everybody's had the vaccination in the medical industry. So that's all doctors, okay? State employees. I think these vaccinations are also messing with the police, you know, and all of these shootings that you're seeing lately could be vaccination related. Also, the lead in the air is where the violence is coming from. I read a news article that they got heavy lead content in the gasoline for planes, and all the planes of all the different airlines are using the same fuel. And in some locations it's so heavy they got to clean it off their cars. So that's what we're breathing in. So we're underneath the lead illusion. We're underneath the sugar illusion. We're underneath the coffee illusion. We're underneath the alcohol illusion. We're underneath the hardcore word illusion. You know, it's some real serious shit going on, people. Real serious shit, man. I take life seriously, you know. A lot of people thought this shit was some clown shit. You gotta come get the kicked out of heaven in order to know what's going on with your life and what's the next moves to make, you know. It's just amazing how many people are trying to do they spend so much time and energy trying to do everything else except for read, man. Like, you're just proving yourself as more of an animal when you operate like that, you know. So I wanted to put it out, you know, because the uterus is underneath attack and I feel the pain out here, and it is not good. You gotta watch who you gonna do the booty with. You gotta watch you gotta watch who you gonna have sex with, man, because you don't know who done got shot up. You don't know who got what, and they say it could transfer through the swabbing, through the chemical, the human chemical. You understand? So, yeah, it's terrible, man. It's a terrible situation. Everybody stay on point, man. Stay on top of your business and stay low, man. Vegas, we really don't care. We about to be at full capacity. I want these fucking masks off everywhere. I want them gone. The mask must be gone. You are not going to interrupt my macking this summer, nigga. Fuck you. Take the motherfucking masks off, man. You understand? That's just what it is. You know, don't stress yourself out for a dollar that's questionable. Go for the guarantee. You dig what I'm saying? You have to develop a team. You know, in reality, it looks like it's about to be a time period where motherfuckers gonna have to start making their bunkers and all types of shit. I mean, that's what it feels like, but then again, niggas is getting $1,000 checks in the mail. So I don't know what the fuck, you know, what level of dimension you gonna try and balance in this shit, but you gonna have to figure it out. You know, you gonna have to figure it out. I know I'm building here in Vegas. I know I'm on the council of a city. I know I got some militia niggas on the way. I know I'm finna blow with all of this shit. Been blowing with everything I'm doing. Still got more literature to put out. You know what I'm saying? I need to get back to work writing it out. You dig what I'm saying? So, y'all keep it funky. Subscribe. Download the soul. Send a message to some shit. Buy my books. Yeah. Hey man, I do be, man. My bad. So let's do it all nerd and professional. I gotta be like all the nerds out here. Yeah, cause that's what y'all wanted. You wanted all the shit flying across the screen. I'm surprised I don't got a fucking toucan flying through the camera. You understand? Okay. So subscribe, share, like. You call the number that's on the Saga City Records thing. That number is wide open for usage. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, keep it funky, man. You know, cop you some books. All the books are here in stock. Real Nigga Etiquette, The Ethereal Law, The Kicked Out of Heavens, The Real Nigga Etiquette Voodoo editions are on the way. 7 the book. Listen to the music on the Spotify. Get at me. I'm out of here.